通过音乐来去一个就是通过音乐来去把这些祷文唱出来的，就叫吟唱 kirtan。好 ，Yeah, we can start today.
Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayaniti Namine Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatari Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone raise your arms. Draw down the mercy. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Bolo Rama Rama Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Haribol, Gaura Haribol, Jai Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga, 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 Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga. Nitai, 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 Gauranga. Nitai, 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 Gauranga. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Nitai, 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 Gauranga. Nitai, 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 Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari. 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 Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Is the connection okay, Jayashree?
Yes, I think so, but little slow, little slow, but basically it's acceptable.
Okay. Okay, give me one moment here. One moment. Sorry, one second.
One gentleman, his name called Li Deqing. He donated approximately maybe $20 for you. Okay, because he say,
Oh my goodness.
I'm not yet transfer, okay? Maybe today, tomorrow. And he said because your voice, your kirtan make him, just, drawing in this very blissful, like a blissful ocean. He don't want to come out. He's drawing in your kirtan.
Wow.
That's one.
That is the power of kirtan. Thank you so much. Tell him. Thank you for support in this service.
好，都不好意思了，我们在这里讲一讲了，就是我们的就是最忠诚的同学李德勤伯伯，他捐了一点点钱给Manjari弟弟哈，因为Manjari弟弟他们都是全职的去弘法的，所以他们也是没有上班，也没有什么哈。所以呢，他捐了这么一点点钱呢，他在说呢，他是因为弟弟的吟唱，让他就是沉浸在他的吟唱那个快乐之中，他都不想出来了。所以弟弟说非常感恩哈，我们就在这里公布，因为我OK，yeah.
So if it's too slow, maybe I can close the video. I don't know if that will make a difference.
No problem, it's acceptable. If it's really too slow down, I will let you know. But now it's acceptable. You say, Himagini, do you think that the speech and voice and everything is now acceptable? Himagini, can you answer, please?
Okay.
Okay, she said okay. Then we can carry on.
Okay. Yes. So, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. We're reading the book Sri Siksastakam and the commentary by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Last week, we heard about Krishna lifting Govardhan Hill.
那我们这个课程呢，Manjari弟弟和我们上的这个课程呢，就叫八训规。这个八训规呢，当然就是来自这个 Bhaktivinoda Thakur 的他的这个评注的。大家都知道然后呢，就是上个礼拜呢，我们就讲了一个就是 Krishna 怎么举起这个 Govardhan 的。
We heard how Krishna got the name Govinda, and we heard about how hearing the pastimes of Krishna benefits the whole world, and it relieves the material suffering, the suffering of material life. Just by hearing the kirtan, hearing Krishna's pastimes, the whole world is relieved and becomes happy.
我们就上次就讲过这个 Krishna 怎么举起这个 Govardhan 的山，然后因而Govinda 这个名字 Krishna 的另外一个名字叫 Govinda 就由此而来了然后呢，我们去聆听 Krishna 的他在这个人间地球展示他的逍遥时光，还有去聆听这些 kirtan 就是圣诗嘛，我们或者灵性的吟唱可以说这些呢都可以将我们在物质世界的这些苦难痛苦给他去消除或者是抚平的，让我们得到多一点的快乐的。
I'm just reviewing a couple of the main points so we can remember, right? Krishna ordered to stop all kinds of worship of anyone else, anything else. Only worship the original source of everything is Krishna. So Krishna wanted to strongly establish in this world Bhakti Yoga.
我们就是简单的精要就在要述再说阐述一下，就是说Krishna 呢，他呢去要求呢，就是说就是说让我们这些众生停止去崇拜很多其他的这个崇拜的对象，然后呢这样去让我们去专注呢去可以去崇拜 Krishna。 为什么呢？因为呢 Krishna 它是所有的源头，所有的无论是物质的灵性的，它是所有的源头的源头这样的话呢，就让我们可以在奉爱的这个瑜伽或者奉爱这条路上呢可以更快的。
We read from Krishna book that whatever benefits people think they're getting from the demigods or from any other source in our life, that actually everything is given by Krishna actually. Behind everything is Krishna. So no need to depend on and worship other things. Just give your faith and dependence and love, devotion to Krishna, the source of everything.
那么呢，我们这么说就是说，其实无论任何我们众生，我们去崇拜的这些半神人，英文叫 demigod 半神人，还有或者我们去崇拜其他的崇拜的对象，其实我们崇拜的这些半神人也好，或者崇拜的这些对象也好，他们这些被崇拜的半神人他们其实真正背后，他们这些源头也是来自至尊主 Krishna 的。所以呢我们呢就直接呢就可以呢去崇拜 Krishna 然後就可以得到一些實時間唔記得咗，依家經理講咩下一句係咩
Okay, we heard how Govardhan is non-different from Krishna, and we heard how we should follow Govardhan's example of service. How did he serve? Anything that's dear to Krishna, Govardhan was serving and nourishing. The cows, Krishna's friends, the trees, the lakes, even the smallest bug and insect, Govardhan is nourishing and serving because it's dear to Krishna. And we should follow Govardhan's example of service and also serve the servants of the Vaishnavas who are so dear to Krishna.
那么可以说，我们上次讲的那个课程啊，就是说 Krishna 要求呢，我们都要去崇拜勾巴丹山，因为勾巴丹山呢是可以说是一个就是说我们要去学习怎么样服务的一个对 Krishna 的服务的一个榜样来的，因为我们会看到勾巴丹山它提供给 Krishna 的这些牛群啊，还有提供怎么去服务，还有勾巴丹山它怎么样用。他去服务，还有 Krishna 的那些牧牛童、牧牛女，还有去包括所有的这些和 Krishna 有关的这些众生，我们都可以看到这些勾巴丹怎么样去服务和 Krishna 有关的这些众生，从而呢，我们也就是可以学习怎么去服务这些 Vaishnava。还有就是 Vaishnava 的意思，就是说这些顶尖的奉献者，或者我们中国人说的高僧大德吧，哈，就是他们修的功德圆满了，然后我们怎么样去服务他们，还有这些就是Vaishnava 的仆人的仆人，让我们从 Govardhan 的身上去学习怎么样去服务了和 Krishna 有关的这些的服务的仆人哈。
Hello, Giriraj Govardhan ki jai.
Jai,
Jai Shri Thakur. So now we'll continue our studying Sri Siksastakam, the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Let's learn the shloka, this verse, together. We'll say one word at a time. I'll say the word and you can follow, Jai Shri.
OK， 好，我们就跟着弟弟一起学习怎么去读这个梵文的八训规的诗节了哈。
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, ready.
Cheto Darpana Marjanam Bhava
Marjana Mahava Maha
Davagni
Darvapani
Nirvapanam Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidya Madhu Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipadam Purnam Amrita Puramita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Beautiful. Haribo. Thank you, everyone. So today we're discussing the second benefit of Krishna Kirtan.
今天我们就继续讲了，就是说 Krishna 的，就是我们做这个 Kirtan 的，就是念诵或者吟唱哈，我们的第二个的就是好处在哪里
？So this we learned Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Now we learn the next line, Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam. That means Krishna Kirtan extinguishes the blazing forest fire of material existence.
好，那么就是第二个，就是八训规的第二段的，就是第一个诗节的第二 句呢，就意思说这个Krishna 的圣名，他的Sankirtan 呢，可以说覆灭了，就是灭掉了我们所有的这些物质的生灵的大火。
So by steadily doing service to the Lord, that means especially hearing, chanting, remembering in sadhu sangha association with Vaishnavas, our materialistic nature is totally transformed into a desire to serve Krishna. Total transformation of energy.
可以这么说哈，如果我们是我们去那个聆听这些经典，然后呢去就是记忆，然后呢又去念诵或者是吟唱，那么还有就是sadhu sangha，就是和圣人的联谊，通过这些的方法呢，就可以把我们这些物质的能量转换成这个灵性的，就是怎么样去服务这些 Vaishnava 至尊主的一些灵性的服务了。
So right now, our nature is more inclined, we're more interested in enjoying material things and satisfying our own body, our mind, and senses. We're more interested in gossip, news, politics, watching movies. We're more interested in those things naturally than in hearing spiritual topics and Krishna's pastimes. But kirtan, process of totally changing that energy.
可以说我们当下我们众生的倾向呢，都是对一些物质感官的东西比较感兴趣，看电影啊，就把看电视啦，聊一些世俗的就是闲话家常的事啊，或者去说一些政治的事情，这方面我们的众生是这方面的倾向是比较多的。可以这么说所以呢，但是呢，我们如果通过这个 kirtan， 就是吟唱也好，齐诵圣名也好，念诵也好，可以把我们的这种的物质方面的倾向，无论我们的目前来说，我们无论身体、心意，我们的行为都是这方面的倾向。那么，如果我们通过这个念诵圣名的话呢，可以把这种的物质的倾向呢把它转换过来。
Okay, so the first word, bhava, means material life, material existence. By the force of karma, the soul has to take birth again and again, and this cycle is compared to a huge blazing forest fire.
可以说第一个呢，我们讲，因为我们众生是因为因果而来，对吗？因为我们又受因果的这个牵力，所以我们要来不停的生死轮回。可以这么说，生死轮回呢，就是我们众生的一个无止无尽的一个生灵大火了。
So bhava means material existence. Maha means huge. Very big.
巴瓦呢，就是说物质的存在。
And Davagni, the third word, means forest fire.
然后刚刚讲的那个字就是说森林大火
Can you translate each word, Jayashree? Bhava, material life.
巴瓦呢，就是物质的生命，物质的生命。
Maha, great.
Maha 呢，就是说很大的意思，就是说超级的意思。
Davagni, the blazing forest fire.
Davagni 这个字呢，就是说森林之火。
So this blazing forest fire cannot be extinguished. That means put out. You cannot put out the fire by anything else, only Krishna Kirtan.
可以说这个森林的物质的森林大火，你是没有任何的方法和办法呢把它扑灭的，没有的，只有 Krishna 是他的圣名，或者 Krishna 的 Kirtan 才可以把这个物质的森林大火给它扑灭的。
Kirtan means, like Jayashree, you were saying, this one guest, one Prabhu who gave the donation, that bliss that he feels singing Kirtan, that's the nature of the soul. By nature, the soul is doing Kirtan, and in the bliss of Kirtan, this is the nature of the soul.
就像我们刚刚上课之前讲过的，你的亲法部他捐了一点钱给弟弟，因为他觉得弟弟的吟唱让他就是扰阳3日非常心醉的哈。那么呢，说弟弟说就是这个原因，为什么我们会心醉呢？是因为我们的灵魂，这是我们的灵魂的倾向，我们灵魂的本质来的。
So now, I want to say something more, some practical example. This is not written in the Siksastakam book, but I want to give some examples.
那弟弟就举一个例子，但这个例子并不在这本八训规的书里边的哈。
Okay, so people in the world are looking for relief from this material suffering. How did we skip this? 3 kinds of suffering.
对啊
，3 kinds of material suffering. Adhyatmic. Go ahead.
OK， 我们众生呢，其实都是在这个苦海无边的这个世界呢，去寻找一个出路的，对吧？但是呢，就是说，我们可以说，因为这个苦海无边有几种的苦嘛，那弟弟就一个个的给我们述说这些苦哈。
The 3 kinds of suffering, adhyatmic, adidaivik, and adibodic. Adhyatmic means the suffering of my own mind and body. And adidaivik means natural disasters like floods, famine. And adibodic is the suffering of others, like neighbors or other people or animals or bugs biting us. So 3 kinds of suffering, and people are trying to get free in different ways.
OK， 我们刚刚所说了，我们众生有3重苦的，这3重苦是每个人都逃不脱的。第一个就自身苦，就是我们的因果的业力的牵引，我们的自身苦。第二个呢，就是还有就是说他生苦，就是说所有的大自然嘛，就是就是半神人的这些的带给我们的一些苦难，就是然后呢，就是第3重苦呢，就是别人的，就是说和我们有关系的，像我们的这些。就是本身的业力是一个苦啦，还有就是因为和他人有关系的一些他的因果带给我们的一些苦啦，还有一些就是最后的第3层苦呢，就是和这个半神人有关的，就是天气啊，或者是大自然的这些的神灵的关系的，他们带给我们的一些苦楚。所以这3重苦呢，是每个人都用不同的方法去寻找怎么去解脱的。
So to get relief from the pain and suffering, some people, they may try to kill themselves, extinguish their existence, or take drugs and alcohol, lose themselves somehow to be free from suffering. And the Buddhists and the Hindu monists, impersonal yogis, they're trying to get nirvana to escape this suffering of existence.
那么我们可以这么说了，这几种苦有不同的人他们会用不同的修法去解脱这几种苦的。那么我们刚刚所说的那些像yogi 这些他们会就是那个瑜伽师还有呢就是无论是那个印度教也好或者佛教也好，就通过达到这个nirvana涅槃的方式来去帮我们的这个这个3重苦呢给他就是解除的。
But Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita explain you can never end your individual existence. The individual soul never loses its unique identity, even in the state of mukti or enlightenment. The soul, by nature, wants to love and serve, and that can never be extinguished.
但是呢，从这个我们的经典《佛家梵歌》还有《佛家晚谈》呢这样讲述的，我们要消除我们的刚刚所说的自身苦哈，你是不可能就是说通过就是刚刚所说的那种方式就是涅槃呀或这些的方式去摆脱这个自身的苦的，很难的。那么呢，因为为什么会是这样呢？因为我们的灵魂它的本性是爱。然后它的本质呢，灵魂的本质呢，除了爱，它还有一个爱就是服务嘛，就是服务和爱，它这个是灵魂的本质。就是说，哪怕你是去到这个解脱的 liberation， 或者是 muti 就是说一个解脱的境界，但是这个解脱的境界和印度是不一样的理解哈，我们中国的解脱的境界哈，如果你是去到那个境界的话，你都不可能是解除你的这个苦恼的，因为它灵魂的本质是爱和服务的。
So the idea or the goal of nirvana that Buddhists describe and that some Hindu monists and yogis want and describe, actually that's imaginary because it's temporary. It's very difficult to achieve that feeling of zero, the feeling of extinguishing your existence. And it's temporary. Why? Because naturally, again, the soul will stir like a wind will come, and from the Brahmajyoti, from the white light that's coming here, from the white light, again, the soul will take birth in the material world because by nature, the soul desires to love and have relationships and to serve and cannot stay permanently in a white light, zero nirvana. This is not the nature of the soul.
OK， 我们刚刚讲过的这些瑜伽师哈 yogi 也好，还有我们就是可以佛教方面说嘛哈，就是解脱或者就是 nirvana， 就是我们要去的这个境界。但是实际上，哪怕你去到 nirvana 涅槃这个境界，它是在 Brahmajyoti 就是梵光的那个层面。那么其实大家知道，在梵光的层面，它是一个空状的，就是空性的哈。但是空性呢，并不是空性的空状呢，并不是灵魂的本性来的，因为灵魂的本性它是要爱的，它是有爱的。就是说，如果我们的修行用一些方式修行，或者神秘瑜伽呀好，或者是其他的宗教也好哈，我们去到这个梵光，就是 Brahmajyoti， 或者我们在东方讲的哲学，就是到一个空的境界或者涅槃的境界，这个只是一个灵魂短暂的一个触景，它不是永恒的。因为如果我们去到这个Brahmajyoti 这个境界之后呢，你还会是在下凡来人间的因为为什么呢？就是那个不是永恒的第二的话，灵魂的本性它是要有爱和服务的，有关系的。这也是为什么就是说那个不是一个很久的解决方法，终极的解决方法。OK，
This is very important, and our acharyas, especially Srila Prabhupada and my Gurudev and our Param Gurudev, they say, if you really want to be free of material suffering, you must go beyond zero. You must go beyond nirvana. There is a beautiful spiritual life beyond nirvana.
可以说从我们的Srila Prabhupada 也好，我们的灵性导师也好，Srila Gurudev 也好，还有我们的师公也好，Srila Prabhupada Kesava Maharaj 也好，就是说这些伟大的 Acharya， 就是这些Acharya 哈，他们都讲过了，如果我们众生想真正的彻底的解脱我们的这个苦难的话，我们一定要超越涅槃，一定要超越空性。这个层面你一定要超越的那个就是当然是真正的灵性世界，因为它是多姿多彩的，真实的。
So only Krishna Kirtan, not Kirtan of Ganesh or Shiva or anyone else, that is all very nice and maybe positive, you could say, but only Krishna Kirtan, Lord Chaitanya's teaching, can nirvapanam completely extinguish the blazing fire of material existence.
当然，如果我们去念诵 Ganesh， 就是香比神的咒文祷文啊，念他的诵他的经啊，还有湿婆神啊、施瓦神啊，当然了，这些当然这些都是很正面的，但是呢，它不是终极的，它不像 Krishna 的圣名一样，它是终极的。终极的，当我们去念诵 Krishna 的圣名的时候呢，它是让我们终极的可以把这个物质的生灵大火彻底的给它破灭熄灭的。
So Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj gives a beautiful example when he comments on this line that we're discussing. He says that, let's see, I have a note here. Oh, it's just like a horse. If you have a horse with the bridle and reins, the horse is being held back. But if you let go the reins, a horse will run free and wild. So like that, our soul wants to love Krishna, wants to serve Krishna, and wants to sing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That is our soul's nature. And if you let your soul run free without any material desire mixed in your kirtan, that I don't want anything else, I just want to love, serve Krishna, then the soul, like that horse, runs free towards Krishna, not towards anyone else.
可以举个比例哈，就是一匹马，我们是那个马呢是要靠它那个缰绳去控制它的，对不对？如果没有缰绳的话，这个马就会自由的奔放的。那么同样的，我们的灵魂也一样的。如果我们的灵魂是爱和服务的，如果我们的唱诵念诵至尊主 Krishna 的圣名没有任何的物质的掺杂在里边的话呢，我们的灵魂就自由自在，就像那匹脱缰的野马一样的，它自由奔放，然后呢和自由的奔向和 Krishna 有关系的，和奔向至尊主的 Krishna 的。当我们的这个念诵圣名是没有任何的物质的掺杂的话。
Wonderful. Now let's learn the next line. Repeat after me, Jayashri. Ready?
我们第二句哈，第二句，我们现在学第二句。
Okay. Shreya, Kairava, Chandrika, Vitaranam, Nice. So this means Krishna Kirtan spreads the moon rays of Bhav Bhakti for the highest good of the living entity.
那么这句话的意思就是说 Krishna 的这个圣名哈，就像那个散发这个can you slowly because I not able to organize the whole sentence. Means Krishna's name kirtan can diffuse
Spreads the bhakti. You can say spread. Like the moon, it's very gentle, like the moon rays.
Okay.
It's gradually, Bhava Bhakti comes in the heart and gives you the highest treasure.
OK， 那么 Krishna 的圣名就像那个月光一样的，它可以散发给到我们众生最高的 Bhav， 就是爱了。好 ，Krishna 圣名就像那个晚上的月光。它的那月光可以散发的月光一样 ，Krishna 这个圣名可以散发这个 buff 给我们众生的。
So, for living entities, because of our material desires, we are rotating in the cycle of birth and death.
因为我们众生
devotional service.Sorry, the way of devotional service is not material and it is not sentimental.
所以说就是我们众生是在这个生死轮回的这个循环之中不停的打滚的。但是呢devotional service 就是说灵性的服务，就是服务灵修的服务，灵性的服务呢，可以说是让我们呢devotional service may us turn to. Can you say again? Sorry, Didi.
Yes, I can say another way that when our taste Maya, we have no more taste gradually through bhakti, we'll have no more taste for Maya, and we'll only have taste to constantly be engaged in Krishna's service. That is Shreya, the highest treasure.
OK, Shreya 这个字就是最高最高的保障意思就是说如果我们从事这些灵性的服务的话呢，灵修的服务的话呢，然后呢这些灵修的服务呢，就让我们呢可以得到is devotional service may us become 让我们可以脱离这些物质的品味，然后得到奉爱的。
So here, Lord Chaitanya is comparing Shreya, our greatest treasure and achievement is like a white lotus, and Krishna Kirtan is like the moon.
那 Krishna 的这个圣名呢 Kirtan 的唱诵念诵呢，就像那个月亮一样的。那 Shreya 呢，就是说最高的最顶尖的保障，那么就是比喻Carry on, sorry.
So the moon rays, understand? The light from the moon causes the lotus of our heart to bloom. And those moon rays are bhava bhakti. That means not empty, dry bhakti like chanting and we were distracted and no feelings. No. Bhava bhakti, where we have so much joy and emotion, spiritual emotion, and tears coming to the eyes. This is coming from Ladini Shakti. So those moon rays are Bhava Bhakti, which causes the white lotus of our good fortune, our highest treasure, starts to bloom in our own heart and mind.
这句话的意思呢，就是说举个例子，就是因为月亮的月光，让到这个莲花，白色的莲花盛放的。同样的，如果我们去念诵 Krishna 的圣名，然后 Krishna 的圣名呢，就像这个月光一样的，让我们心中的莲花去开放的。那我们的心中的莲花开放的意思，就是说充满了爱，充满了喜乐。这个就是它不是干枯的，就是这个不是一个普通的东西来的 buff， 就是爱，它不是一个普通的，就是它是有快乐的所以呢，就是Krishna 的圣名就比喻像月光一样，让白色的莲花盛放。那 Krishna 的圣名也令到我们心中的莲花盛开的，让我们充满了喜乐的。
So Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj comments on this, that now our Atma, our soul, is mixing with material sound vibrations. But as we have more contact with transcendental sound vibrations of Krishna's name, Krishna's pastimes, then our whole energy changes and our desire changes, and our only desire becomes to serve Krishna and love Krishna and to always be doing kirtan and always be hearing Krishna's pastimes.
那么刚刚意思就是说就是因为我们的灵魂呢，现在我们的灵魂的处境呢，是我们的灵魂是掺杂了很多物质的欲望、物质的东西在这里的，是吧？那么如果我们能够有幸的，可以说继续的去专注的去能够唱诵 Krishna 的圣名，聆听这些就是 Harikatha 讲经，然后可以说可以把我们这种的 能量会转变成一个完全灵性的能量，让我们去更爱 Krishna， 更多的去服务 Krishna， 和 Krishna 更加有关系了。
So Krishna's holy names, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. This is Radha and Krishna. They're dancing through our ears, they dance into our heart.
可以说我们念诵这个 Hare Krishna， 意思就是 Krishna 和Radha 呢，是他们在我们的耳朵里去舞蹈的。
And with the first stride, how can you say, what's another word for stride? Radha and Krishna in the form of Hare Krishna Kirtan, they dance into our heart, and with the first dance, they Cheto Darpana Marjanam, they clean our intelligence in our heart. And with the second dance, they Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam, they extinguish forever, they extinguish this material suffering, and will never fall again into material cycle of repeated birth and death.
那么就是刚刚我们讲的那个4句7大本呢，就是当我们去念诵 Krishna 的圣名的时候哈 ，Radha Krishna OK， 他们第一个舞蹈在我们耳朵里边的第一个舞蹈呢，就是把我们的这个心境给我们清洗干净了，就是心境，我们的灵魂就是本性给心境给它清理干净，这些尘土给它抹掉。那么第二个呢，它的 Radha Krishna 这个圣名的第二个的意思呢，在我们的耳朵里的舞蹈的时候呢，是什么样呢情况呢？然后就是将我们这个生死轮回的这个物质的火，生灵大火，给它熄灭，给它扑灭了。
So with the first dance, Kirtan, our intelligence is purified, clear. The second dance of Kirtan in our life, we become liberated. Beyond nirvana, no more material suffering, even though we may be walking and living in this world, no more material suffering, and never again, and never fall down again into material suffering. This is only the first 2 blessings of Krishna.
Krishna 的这个吟唱就是念诵或者吟唱也好哈 ，Krishna Kirtan 它的第一个呢，就是说打开我们的心智，就是说第一个清洗我们的心境，然后清洗我们的心境呢，让我们得到就是开智了，就是我们的心智得开。第二个步骤呢，就是说Krishna 的圣名呢，就让我们这个生死轮回哈，这个无尽的这个生灵大火帮我们扑灭了我们。就是 Krishna 圣名，它带我们超越了 Nirvana 涅槃，带我们超越了空的境界，带我们超越了这些的。
So the process of Bhakti Yoga is very easy and very satisfying and very fun.
可以说风爱瑜伽呢很简单的，也不难的，就是非常的简单。这个程序哈，这个修法的这个程序是很简单的。
Very easy. Just chant, dance, be happy, and hear Kirtan, hear Krishna Katha, eat Mahaprasadam, be happy with devotees. That's the easy yoga process.
可以说我们的这个风爱瑜伽的程序修习的程序修行的程序非常简单。第一个就是念诵念经哈念诵，然后呢就是荣耀菩萨的，就是我们吃过的东西供奉的至尊主的就叫菩萨的哈祭遇哈，然后荣耀这些祭遇，然后呢就是聆听这些讲课哈就讲经，然后呢终极是让我们 be happy， 就是常的处于快乐之中。就是哪怕我们哪怕我们肉身也处在这个物质世界，但我们都不会受这个物质世界的所有的这些苦难所影响的。OK，sorry，carry on， 弟弟。
Yes, now we'll end with small kirtan, and then we can hear from Shamarani Didi some Harikatha.
好，我们现在弟弟说，我们就用我们的这个 kirtan，就是吟唱来结束我们今天的课程。然后之后呢，我们会邀请到我们的可以说非常非常资深的奉献者 Shamarani 弟弟，大家都知道了，所有的 Full Day 我们团队的这些画都是他画的 ，OK 哈。然后他很长的历史在风外瑜伽，非常精进，非常资深的。待会他会和我们见面，我们很荣幸哦，今天 OK，Thank you， 弟弟 ，Yes，carry on please。
Oh, so do you know Vasanti Didi? She's here with me.
Vasanti, Haribo. You never change, huh? 20 years in place, huh?
Yeah, I have gray hair now.
OK， 这位就是生命弟弟的他也来过中国的，很久十几年前来过中国的，他是来一直照顾沙马拉女弟弟的，和他照顾他的起居饮食啊，所有的一切。Okay, we can carry on.
So we'll sing Govinda, Damodar, Madhaveti. And tomorrow, when you wake up, when you go to work, or when you're cooking, when you're eating, when you're driving or walking, remember and sing Hare Krishna and Govinda Damodar Madhaveti.
好，我们今天唱的这首歌歌词很简单，就3个字 ，Govinda Madhava， Govinda Damodar Madhaveti， is it Damodar Govinda Damodar Madhaveti？OK，you correct， 弟弟
Yes.
OK， 我们就这3个字 Govinda Damodar Madhaveti。然后我们随时在起床啊，在煮饭的时候，我们都可以唱这首歌的。OK， 我们一起聆听弟弟唱哈。OK，carry on please。Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. 对，这是啊，对。
Okay, so now we'll go see Shamarani Didi.
OK， 好，大家别走开，我们去看我们的师姐。可能在我们的群中，很多人都不知道Shamarani弟弟吧？可能哈，特别是，过去这10年才进凤爱瑜伽的，可能都不认识他。他本身是在19岁的时候，在美国上大学的时候，他就认识他的灵性导师须勒帕帕。从那个时候，他就开始修这个凤爱瑜伽。然后呢，他在这个凤爱瑜伽路呢，他帮伊斯坎画了很多很多 Radha Krishna 的像的画和照片的。他本身就是个艺术家哈。19岁就进修行的这条路了，灵修的路了。那么直到现在，好像他已经70几了吧，70，可能已经7、80岁了，我都不记得了。No video coming, Didi. Manjari Didi, that's no any
She's
video.
coming.
Oh, she's coming. Okay.
Did you do Q&A?
Oh, okay. 然后他Shamarani弟弟后来就认我们的Sri Gurudev Sri Maharaj作为他的续世灵性导师，然后也是跟随Gurudev。然后呢，Gurudev呢，他画了很多很多新版本的 Radha Krishna 的画，很漂亮的。然后Shamarani弟弟都讲过，他画的这些画的时候，都不是他自己在画，都是我们的Sri Gurudev，就是好像用着Sri Gurudev，他用他的手拿着Shamarani弟弟的手画下来的，这是Gurudev给他说的，是我来帮你画的，所以很神秘的，还是很传奇的。所以后期我们在高地亚这个传系，我们看到很多 Radha Krishna 的画是非常的漂亮的。
Sorry, there's a bright light. She's coming.
Okay. I just a little introduction to the devotees regarding Shamarani Didi's little background and biographies, so on. 还有我们有什么问题的话，我们待会可以问弟弟的哈。我们希望有一天弟弟可以来中国。弟弟是2000几年来过中国的哈，然后我们在广州也做过传教的。那个时候，之后就当Gurudev引进之后，他一直就没有再来了。然后他身体也不太好，都是大部分是在美国啊、墨西哥，好像美国。Video, no video.
No video? Can you see?
No video? No, can't see.
I can see.
Okay. But not stable. Okay. There's no video at all. Can you show the video again?
This is the video. Maybe,
now it's okay. Dandavas Didi, Shamarani Didi, Dandavas Pranam, Dandavas. Very happy.
Haribo, Shamarani Didi.
This is Magini. Magini. 弟弟可以打个招呼 ，Hari Priya 天津 ，OK， 还有我们的 Jugala Kishore from Beijing，remember him， 弟弟？上南宁的 ，remember him？I have Kishore from Beijing.
I haven't seen you all in such a long time.
OK， 然后是他妹妹，跟他讲 ，my friend，my friend。Sakura from Mandarin. And 王艺玲老师 my friend, the beautiful lady, 王艺玲 she read Bhagavad Gita also. And 李德勤没有开视频哈，看不见哈。我们都可以把视频打开，和小马丽打个招呼哈。还有很多奉献，还有飞龙你太资深了吧，快点打开哈。飞龙打开你的视频，小马丽看到你千只的。对，还有
Jayashree. See, everyone can close their microphone. Jayashree, everyone close the microphone. Shamarani Didi will speak some Harikatha.
OK， 好，小马人弟弟要求我们大家把这个麦克风关掉，然后他给我们讲几句话哈。OK， 我们大家把麦克风关掉哈。然后静音，小马丽给我们说几句话。
Hare Krishna。
好，静音哈，大家麦克风静音哈。
Shachikala.
Wow, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna。
爱情花，麻烦你哈利哇了吧，把你的麦克风关掉，弟弟要开始讲话了，要不然我们每个人都有声音很吵的。OK， 谢谢你哈，哈利哇了吧，关掉哈麦克风。OK， Manjari 弟弟 ，Yeah， 好Shamarani 弟弟 ，You can speak now, please.
Okay, so you heard a very beautiful class about the Siksastakam, the beginning of Siksastakam, Manjari Devi.
我们刚刚听到 Manjari 弟弟呢给我们讲这个美丽的很美的课程，就是八训规了。
I'm just going to jump a little bit to the second verse and say a few words about that.
然后弟弟呢，现在他又跳到第二句了，给我们讲几句哈，关于这个师姐哈，讲几句。
Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatra Pita Nirmata Smarane Makala Eta Krishita Vakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Gurdaivam Prisamiha Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in deep love in the mood of Srimati Radhika, who's uttering this second verse.
可以说第二句个师姐八训规的第二个师姐就是说讲这个is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? Have a deep love for Shri Krishna, for Radhika, or Krishna have deep love for Krishna? Which one? Is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? In the mood, OK， 第二句就是讲Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 怀着对 Radhika 深深的爱的情怀，好。
Oh, Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. Krishna has invested all of his transcendental potencies in the holy name.
那么可以说
Gurudev says that
这是我们的 Shri Buddha 讲的，是什么呢？就是说，这个师姐的意思就是说 ，Krishna 把他所有的能量投放在这个圣名里边的，就是这 Hare Krishna 这个曼陀罗的圣名是 Krishna 本人投放了他所有的能量的进去的。
At most of Srila Gurudev's Hari Nam initiations, he explains that just as Krishna can create millions of universes in a second and destroy them in the next second and recreate them in the next second, so the holy name has the same power.
那我们知道哈，当我们的 Shri Buddha 呢给我们那个 Harinam 的启迪，就是圣灵的启迪，还有二次就是的启迪的时候呢。Gurudev 都会讲的 Krishna 他是瞬间创造了数以百万计的星球， 而且呢，也是同时的瞬间，它毁灭了数以百万计的星球。这 Krishna 的能量是如此的厉害的。那么同样的，就是说 Krishna 把他的这个能量也放进了这个曼陀罗里边去了。
All of his beauty, all of his power, all of his sweetness, all of his pastimes are within the holy name and non-different from it.
可以说 Krishna 他投放的能量是包括呢他的美丽，他的甜美，他的逍遥时光，还有他的那个能量，全部投放这个到这个曼陀罗的圣名里边去了。可以说这个圣名和 Krishna 本人是没有分别的了。
Lord Brahma, the sub-creator of this universe, is able to manifest all the planets, the Varnashram system, the demigods, the oceans, sages, the Vedas, all by the power of the holy name. And Lord Shiva does a dance for 36,000 years and destroys the whole universe with fires and floods, all by the power of his chanting the holy name.
好，那我们知道哈，婆罗霍摩君就 Brahma 就是我们中国把它翻译成四面佛哈，实际上它真正的梵文叫 Brahma， 就是婆罗霍摩君。那我们知道这个婆罗霍摩君，它是创造我们的这个地球，还有我们的众生，包括山川大地，还有半神人，还有这些所有的圣者，都是来自婆罗霍摩君哈，他的展演的。那么婆罗霍摩君的这些创造也是来自 Krishna 的能量和他的圣名的。同样，在我们这个宇宙完结的那一天，是施瓦神 Lord Shiva， 他是在他的舞蹈之中用火焰。还有很多的洪水洪灾洪吧哈，洪灾哈就是水灾之类的啊，火和水灾把整个我们的这个物质的世界给灭掉的。他灭掉的时候，他也是念着这个圣名 Krishna 的这个圣名，把整个宇宙世界的毁灭的是为神。
By the power of his chanting the holy name, Srila Haridas Thakur not only converted an ordinary prostitute to become his disciple who came to seduce him, and then he told her to sit down and listen to his chanting, but another time, Maya herself, the controller of all living beings in innumerable material universes, once came as a prostitute to seduce him, and he made her his disciple as well.
那么可以说 Haridas 呢，他呢通过念诵圣名，把一个妓女，我们都听过这个故事了，然后让这个妓女坐下来聆听他念诵这个圣名。Haridas 呢，把一个妓女呢变成为一个圣者，是吧？然后呢 ，Maya 女神就是假象女神，这个假象女神她掌控这个物质世界的这个有这个魔幻能量的这个女神。OK， 她也有扮装成这个妓女，但是呢 ，Haridas 呢，把她也通过圣名把她变成了他的一个门徒了。
By the power of the holy name, simply by one's words, one can see a dead person and say, "Come back to life," and he can come back to life.
可以说通过这个圣名哈，就这个 Krishna 这个圣名，可以把一个就是只是一个单一的一个名字，就是神圣的名字圣名，都可以把一个人起死回生的。
Narada Muni once approached a man, a regular worker, a menial worker. He approached him to chant the holy name, and the man said, "I'm sorry, I have no time. I'm working all day." So Narada said, "Well, what about when you're going to the bathroom, the international bathroom in the forest? You're not doing anything then with your voice or your mind, so you can chant then."
那 么有一次拿达穆里呢是在印度历史上一个非常的就是一个最顶尖的一个圣者哈。拿达穆里呢有一次对一个工人给他说，叫他念诵圣名。那么那个人说，他说我日以夜继的都要上班工作，我真没有时间去念诵这些圣名的。然后拿达穆里就对这个人说，那你沐浴的时候，对吧？你沐浴的时候，你不会做任何事的吧？你就通过在沐浴的那个时候去念诵也可以的。
He particularly was encouraging him to chant the name of Ram. So that ordinary person went into the forest to go to the bathroom. And while he was doing his work there, he was chanting Ram, Ram, Ram. And Hanuman was flying by because Hanuman has the power from Ram that anywhere the chanting of Ram is going on, Hanuman has the power to expand himself and be there to hear.
好，那么当这个人呢，他要到森林去去大小姐的时候嘛 ，OK， 然后呢，安多穆里呢，这个圣者呢，就叫这个人呢，你到森林去大小姐的时候，你就可以念这个 Ram 的名字了 ，Ram。然后这个人呢，就在这个森林大小姐的时候，他就念这个 Ram 了。那么这个时候呢，可以说哈努曼呢是谁呢？哈努曼就是神猴，就是印度的叫神猴哈努曼基哈。那么他有一个能量是什么呢？当他听到任何有 Ram 的这个声音出现的时候，他可以扩展到任何地方去听或者去听这个Ram 的这个字的，他有这个能量的，他可以扩展他很多的不同的化身去来到这个有 Ram 的声音的地方了。
And Hanuman was thinking, what an offensive person. He's chanting the holy name of my Ram while he's doing this dirty thing. So Hanuman became angry and kicked him in the back with all of his might.
OK， 然后呢，哈鲁们这个时候呢，他就来到这个人在森林里大小姐的这个人一路在大小姐一路念 Ram 是主的名字哈，一个神的名字哈。所以当哈鲁们听到的时候，他就来到时候，他看到这个人呢又在大小姐，然后呢又在念他的主人 Ram 就是神的名字，他很生气为什么他这么冒犯大小姐，都还在念诵我的神的名字，所以他一脚就踢过去这个人的屁股后面，死掉满天飞的。
Now we want to remember that when Hanuman kicked Meghnath, the brother of Ravana, he went flying and he was so powerful. But when Hanuman kicked this ordinary person, he didn't budge an inch. It was like nothing happened. He just kept chanting Ram, Ram, Ram.
OK， 补充好，就是刚刚有点翻译错误哈。那么哈鲁门呢，可以说他在那个就是罗马浅纳的那个故事里边，大家都知道，他要杀这个瓦文纳的时候，他就是很容易的，就是杀掉瓦文纳的，对吧？他一脚他的脚很有力度的。但是当这个哈鲁门神猴来到这个人在大小姐的时候念 Ram 的名字的时候，他本就是要一脚踢过去嘛，踢他的屁股的嘛，好但是呢，他竟然动不了他，这个人还是自如的在一路大小姐一路在念主 Ram 的名字了。
So Hanuman was astonished, and he flew to Ayodhya to meet with Ram. And as soon as he saw Ram, he saw that Ram, when Ram saw him, he was going, oh.
然后这个时候呢，哈鲁姆呢就飞到那阿尤达就是 Ram 他的大本营嘛，他的首都哈。然后呢，当哈鲁姆飞回这个阿尤达这个 Ram 的那个大本营首都的时候，他看到那个主 Ram 就刚刚在弟弟那发的那个声音，在那个土叫了。
He said, "My Lord, what happened?" So Ram says, "You should know what happened. It's because of you that I'm in all this pain." And Hanuman said, "What do you mean?" So Ram said, "Well, when you kicked that man, because me and my name are non-different, you kicked me. I took the pain of the man.
OK， 那正好，sorry，
Go ahead.
OK， 后来就当那个哈罗门见到主 Ram 的时候，他就说，主你干嘛了？去了怎么样了？然后呢，就是 主 Ram 表现的比较痛苦的意思。他说你应该知道发生什么事情了。然后哈罗门说发生什么事情？他说你在森林里踢的那个人一脚的话，你就是踢到我了，我就疼了，因为我的名字和我的人是一样的，所以你踢那个人在念诵我的名字，你就踢他，就是我就疼，我就会有疼的。就是说他的名字和主 Ram 的名字和他主本人是没有分别的。
Hanuman then made a vow that I will never ever disturb anyone who is chanting the name of my Lord in any condition.
从那个时候呢，哈罗门呢就发一个誓了，任何人念诵他的主人 Ram 的名字的时候，他绝不会再去冒犯他们了。
And what to speak of Srila Haridas Thakur when the Muslim magistrate ordered him to stop chanting Hare Krishna, and then Haridas Thakur said, with a threat to beat him, and Haridas Thakur said, even if you break me into thousands of pieces, I'll never give up the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. So they beat him and whipped him in 22 marketplaces, and all of his skin came off, his muscles came off, he was just blood and broken bones, but he was still chanting.
那么我们讲回哈瑞达斯呢，哈瑞达斯呢，我们也知道刚那个回教徒在统治印度的时候，就不准他念这个 Hare Krishna 的圣名的，然后呢还要恐吓他，如果你念的话就要就是要打他哈。那么那个哈瑞达斯塔库呢，哈瑞达斯呢他就说，哪怕你们把我割千刀万割，我都不会放弃我的念诵圣名的。那么结果呢，当然呢，他就被就是拉到22个市集上去打得他皮定肉开的，就是血肉模糊的，就是全部就是全身已经可以说是体无完肤了。但是呢，哈尔达斯呢都没有放弃他要念诵至尊主的圣名的。
So the magistrate's men who were whipping him said, "Can't you please die? If you don't die, then we'll be killed by the magistrate." So Srila Haridas Thakur said, "Okay, I'll be like dead." And then so they were very happy, and they threw him in the river. And then when he came up on the other side of the river, he was more than he was, more beautiful and strong than he was before they started whipping him. And everybody saw him come out the river in that way. So then everybody, including the magistrate, considered now, oh, he's a great Muslim saint. And then they started glorifying him.
好，那么后来大家都知道了。后来当他们无论怎么去在打他哈，就是打他皮定肉开啊，血肉模糊啊，对吧？他们都没有哈尔达斯都不放弃这个念诵圣名。后来这些的回教徒的这些使者，这些君王的这个使者哈，这些衙门呢，就反而过来求哈尔达斯塔库，你能不能死掉？能不能你再不死掉的话，我们就完蛋了。后来哈尔达斯呢，就为了这些差，就是这些当差的这些帮回教君主当差的这些差使哈，为了他们的性命，他说我就死吧，然后呢我就死掉吧，然后他们就把他扔到那个河里去。后来哈尔达斯呢，他就从河的岸的另外一边就上来了。那么他从河的岸的另外一边游上岸的时候，他的身体更光亮更美丽的。所以呢，后来所有的这些回教徒看到之后呢，他们就向他们的君王报告，他说这个哈尔达斯呢，他是一个圣者来的，然后我们要崇拜他，荣耀他。
So Srila Gurudev is urging us again and again to have this faith in the holy name, so that the holy name can act upon us. And there's no hard and fast rules for chanting the holy name. One can chant anywhere. There's only one rule, and that one rule is divided into 4.
那么，所以呢，我们的师父对呢，我们的灵性导师呢，就是要就是尊告我们，就是说，我们一定要对圣名 Krishna 的圣名要有信心，一定要有充满信心哈所以呢就是我们念诵这个圣名，其实没有任何的规章制度的除了一条一条分为四个列一个血四个细音的。
And that one rule divided into 4 is the 3rd verse of Siksastakam, the next verse, which Manjari Devi will be elaborating on as her course continues. And that verse is Trinadapi Sunichena Tarodapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadina Kirtaniya Sadahari. One can chant the holy name of the Lord only in a humble state of mind, thinking himself more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, being more humble than a blade of grass that's trampled on by others, by offering all respects to others and not desiring any respect for myself. In such a humble state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
好，那么刚刚弟弟所说的这个，就是我们刚刚念的那句 to double 的哈，就是说我们可以去念诵至尊主 Krishna 的圣名，但是呢，我们有一个条件的，这个条件是什么呢？我们一定要怀着一个谦卑的心绪去念诵圣名的怎么谦卑法呢？就是说我们比小草要更谦卑，那个小草给别人践踏过，它都会弹起来，但是我们都比这个小草更要低调，更要谦卑的，就是这是第一个。第二的话，我们要比大树还要包容的然后呢，我们呢要尊敬所有的按照所有的众生他们的位置和处境给予他们恰当的尊敬，然后这样我们才可以恒常的念诵圣名的，要有这种心境和背景的才可以的。
So there are unlimited things to say about this verse, but as the bumblebee said when he was flying over the fragrant garden, so much nectar, but no time to drink. So I'm only going to tell one short story that Gurudev told regarding this one section, Kanadapi, Karorapi Sahishnuna, more tolerant than the tree. I'll tell that in a moment.
OK， 那么弟弟说呢，当然呢，这是就是他就是简单的讲述一下这个故事。虽然他说很谦卑的说只是就像一个小蜜蜂一样，就是飞过所有的这些芬芳的花朵，他也没有办法去完全去品尝所有的鲜花的芬芳。但是呢，在这里讲一个简单的一个小故事哈，这也是姑爹说的。
I was so impressed with this story that Gurudev told that I tell it all over the world. And it's always fresh and new for me.
因为小马尔弟弟说这个故事是我们的师姑爹讲的，因为他觉得太深刻太动心了，所以他去到全球讲经的时候呢，他都会讲同样的姑爹讲这个故事的哈。
So there was once a king who came back from his hunting expedition with his ministers, and now he was resting under a mango tree. So while he was resting, in the meantime, on the other side of the wall, there were some boys who were throwing rocks at the mango tree, hoping to knock the mangoes so the mangoes would fall so they could eat the mangoes.
那么故事呢就讲述呢有一个君王吧，皇帝哈，他就从战场上从他的打猎回来了， 打猎回来的时候呢，就躺在一棵芒果树下休息了。那么这个时候呢，在远处的地方呢，有一群孩子，他们就在扔石头呢，在这个芒果树上，因为他们想通过就用扔石头把芒果打下来这种方式哈，所以呢就当时的情况是这样。
So accidentally, as fate would have it, one of the rocks hit the eye of the king, and that one eye began gushing blood, and of course he became blind in one eye. So the ministers said to him, "O king, please give us the order so that we can kill that boy, or at least torture him." And the king said, "Why? Here I am sitting under the mango tree, and the mango tree is returning the rocks with sweet mangoes. So am I less than a tree? No. You can give this boy a portion of my kingdom." So see, this wasn't even on the basis of bhakti, but still the king is showing, and Gurudev is showing, what it means to be more tolerant than a tree. That power comes by the chanting of the holy name. And by that quality, the chanting of the holy name becomes more powerful in the heart of the chanter.
OK， 那么后来呢，就是就不信的时候，这些小孩扔石头的时候呢，就是一颗石头呢就扔到这个君主的这个皇帝的眼睛上了，然后他的眼睛就流血了。这个时候呢，他身边的这些大臣呢就给他君主建议，我们去把这个就扔石头的这个小孩给他杀掉，或者去要惩罚他。然后这个君主呢就说为什么他就问他们为什么，他说然后他说你看他们扔的这些石头芒果树给到他们的是把一个这么香甜的芒果给了这些小孩，就是说虽然这些小孩扔石头给芒果树上，但是这棵大树他给的这些小孩是什么呢？甜甜的香甜的芒果。然后这个君王就对他身边的大臣说，难道我比一棵树都不如吗？然后他说我可以说我可以给到这个我的一半的江山的一半的江山的财富的。那么可以这么说，就是我们的师姑就说哈，你看其实这个君王他只是可能是一个并可能他只是一个君王，还有他不一定是有奉爱，但是他都可以去到这样的层面的包容，这比一棵大树还要包容。那么我们如果去念诵这些圣名的时候，我们应该是更有这个圣名的力量的。
So I'm going to end there. On that note, it's late at night for you, and I know you need to wind down and do things before you take rest. So I'm going to close there. Thank you very much for your sweet, beautiful association, and unlimited thanks to you, Jaisri, for your kindness in organizing this and translating. And I haven't seen you in so many years. I'm so happy to see you again in this virtual way.
Yeah, it's good they link us together. If anyone, thank you, Didi. Thank you so much your kindness. I will always remember you. Your every last time you came to China. I always remember that. So sweet. You're so kind. Thank you so much. 小马瑞弟弟呢就说在这边。Yes， 小马尔尼的说非常首先呢，他说他在这里结束他的讲课了，因为知道我们北京时间大家都晚了要休息了。然后呢，他非常感恩有这个机会和大家在我们这个网上去视频里去和大家讲课的，非常感谢非常感谢，他觉得很荣幸的哈。然后我说我们非常感谢小马尔尼弟弟，我说我经常都想着他的，因为他曾经来过我们中国的哈弘法的我非常感恩他的这些他的以身作则的熏熏的教导，我说这个都是孤的让我们。
So Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudeva ki jai, Chinese devotees ki jai.
Bye,
Panchiko Pachubhya Sukabasindhya Tijanam Pavanagyo Vaidyo Namanamo Ha
Thank you， 好，非常感恩各位的聆听。其实我们有生在这个这么艰难的环境，聆听这些伟大的奉献者的声音，都是我们的福分，也都是对我们的恩典，所以我们要珍惜每一个恩典。
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'll see everybody next week. Haribol.
Haribol.